Welcome back. What an amazing finals day we've had down here for the Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic. You're tuning in to the Stone and Wood post show, and we'll go through the presentation shortly after we recap an incredible day of action here at the most beautiful right-hand wave in Victoria. Josh Constable joining myself, Matt Chinoski, the Waxhead, for the Stone and Wood post show. Josh, I mean, where do we begin? We're going to recap it all, but for you, a moment that sticks out?
Yeah, I say it every morning. You come over the hill and we saw those beautiful, clean, groomed lines this morning. I knew we were in for a really good day of surfing. Yesterday was big and wild. Today, groomed, perfect Bells Bowl, finals day. You just can't ask for much more, Matt.
Absolutely. Consistent throughout the whole day. And the men's finals, wow. I mean, we kicked off early in the day with some incredible matchups as we have a look at Max that took on J.R. Esquivel in the quarters. And then Max obviously progressing through to the final. But Declan and Ellice-Flint was the Hydrolite heat to watch today. That was an absolute banger. Kevin, Taylor, controversy, but it was the goofy footer versus the regular footer. That was the battle throughout the whole day. And Eduardo Pero put on a fantastic performance, but couldn't get through. But the final came down to Max Weston. He's the guy who took the championship at the end of the day. This is his road to the final.
Yeah, Matt, this early conditions this morning was fantastic, and Max just had such a beautiful read on the Bells lineup all week, especially today. He tapped into something a little bit more than what we've seen. Beautiful footwork, beautiful flow, and the waves this morning were just so good, and he was just matching the pace so easily and so well.
Yeah, it really was. The tone was set pretty early with the transitions between turns for Max, but he threw in a few more nose rides than we're used to seeing. He's always solid on his feet, but it was these elements here. Just, it seems simple by any means, but less is more in many aspects, and it was enough to really fill the gaps and make the judges satisfied that he had that flow and he had that control when it came down to the pointy end of the scoring.
Yeah, and a few different board choices for him this week. He's been working close with his friend Ellice-Flint on boards, and they just look great under his feet. You've got to have a read on the wave. You've got to have trust in your board, and he just had that beautiful flow. Here it is, and like you said, Matt, a little more nose riding than we've seen in the past from Max. Max has always had this beautiful flow in rail surfing, but he has stepped up his nose riding game, and we saw that a lot today, and that was a big saviour through a lot of his heats.
The way he's able to use the middle of the board, the nose and the tail equally is also what stands out. He isn't dominant on the tail. I saw some competitors wondering why their scores are going so high. The fact that some of his fellow competitors that got knocked out don't understand shows the complexity of what he's actually doing. You know where I'm going with this, Josh.
Yeah, just letting that board really run and trim, using that roll and that little wider point back and just letting it flow, getting really compressed and low. And a lot of his turns, he was laying it on an edge and bringing it right back to the power source. So that was a big win against Declan. That was a big heat, and Declan was definitely a favourite coming into this. He's spent a lot of time down here at Bells Beach, so that was a great win for Max and would have given him a lot of confidence. But that there down carve into that beautiful bottom turn, those are the little subtleties that the judges saw this week, and he just really, really surfed amazing.
Struggled with injuries over his career, but in this event, he really shone. Despite a few mistakes, not using the leg rope, stuff like this set wave, he showed no holding back. He was committed to the core, but he really stayed true to the flow. Very few shuffles. The way he was able to manage the bumps here down at Jirac at Bells Beach was incredible. Silky smooth.
Matt, that's a big wave with the flow, beautiful footwork, and he just looks like he's surfing a 2-foot clean wave at a Malibu or a Noosa, and he's just doing it with ease. The judges really appreciated his surfing this weekend, and especially today.
Yeah, I mean, the way that he was able to just connect the dots from those 6-foot sets down to the 3-foot ones, the judges just made their point pretty clear at the beginning of the day, and Max just played into his favour. There he is, his brother lifting him up, and Ellice-Flint, and he is the Bells Beach champion for 2025. Incredible scenes. He has been on tour for a few years. He fell off in between, but this is a success story. And we did say that last night, chatting amongst the other commentators. Whoever wins today, it was a hard-fought victory. And Kevin and Weston, two of the hardest working guys on the tour, both working on the tools, but also in the water.
Yeah, we saw a different approach. Kevin was a little rushed today in the final. He was really composed in his other heats, and there was a lot of two-point rides. But to Kevin's defense, he fought back and he really fired those last two waves that Kevin got. He got himself back into the mix. Unfortunately, ran out of time, but it was Max Weston's day.
Yeah, unbelievable. I've known Max for his whole career, surfing with him at the Palm Beach Longboard Club when we were kids. This is an incredible victory for him and his family, and it'll mean something to all of them. And it goes a lot further. The roots that run deep in the northern beaches, surf culture, that'll be something we talk about for many years to come. And it wasn't at the southern end of the peninsula, it was the northern end. Sam Bleakley is ready for us at the presentation. Let's go and see these awards.
The World Surf League and all involved with the 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic competition acknowledges we are here at Juruk on Wadawurrung country. We acknowledge Wadawurrung people as the traditional owners of the land and waterways we are on here today. We pay our respects to Wadawurrung people, their elders, past and present, and extend this acknowledgement to First Nations people here today. So welcome to the awards presentation for the Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic. It's the second stop of the 2025 World Surf League Longboard Tour, and it's been an absolutely unbelievable competition in exceptional world-class waves. Everybody fighting for these coveted trophies made from local ironbark here from Wadawurrung country. And I want to say a massive congratulations to the 3 World Tour women longboard surfers who have now guaranteed themselves a spot in the top 8 to go for a 2025 title in El Salvador. That's Avalon Gall, Soleil, Errico, and Hiroka Yoshikawa. And I also want to congratulate Ellice-Flint, Taylor Jensen, and Max Weston for also earning themselves a guaranteed place in the top 8 to go for a world title this year. And I want to say a real special congratulations to all the local shapers represented in style here this week. Ian Chisholm, Matty Shea, Sharma Buttonshaw, and all of the local surfers like Ben Constantine and B. Conroy, and we can say Max Weston is now part of your team as well. Thanks so much for having us. We love being here representing the international longboard travel community. You welcome us each year and we're extremely grateful. And I want to say a massive thank you to Bioglan, our title partner for this amazing event, and also to Bonsoy, Stone and Wood, and Hydrolite. And a special thank you to Surfing Victoria, the local community, of course, and the surfers, the local surfers and water users who share this incredible place, which is a spiritual home of surfing, both for Australians and internationally. So thank you, and of course, thanks to all the fans who have tuned in around the world, and all of you fans who've come down to watch the action and celebrate world-class longboarding. Okay, to help us with the trophies today, we have Will Hayden-Smith, World Surf League Senior Manager, Regional Tours and Longboard. And as part of today's presentation, we have proud First Nations people, Geordie Campbell and Joe Murray from Surfing Victoria, and World Longboard Tour competitor and absolute style maestro, an Aboriginal woman, Angela King, and her daughter to do the traditional face painting with ochre. So Geordie, Joe, and Angela have been given cultural permission, granted cultural permission by Wadawurrung woman Karina Eccles to perform this special face painting as part of our closing ceremony. Okay, the champions, they were warming up. It's been a massive day. So let's first kick off with our 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic runner-up for the men's, representing Orange County, California, Kevin Skvarna. Kevin, congratulations. We know you've been at the top of your game for so long, but finally you made a World Longboard Tour final. You've had an absolutely brilliant event. You seem to be in sync with this coastline, and you looked incredible.
Thanks.
Amazing surfing, and talk about the energy coming in today and getting one of these Bells Bowls trophies.
Yeah, I mean, the energy at the house has been amazing. Here has been amazing. Just in good flow, and it felt good till the end.
And warming up now, looking to get in that top 8. Are you hungry?
Yeah, of course.
This guy's been on fire. Let's hear it for our runner-up, Kevin Skvarna. Okay, congratulations, Kevin. And moving on to the women's side, our 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic runner-up for the women from Unjuko, Chiba, Japan, Hiroka Yoshikawa.
Hello, congratulations.
Brilliant stuff. Congratulations, Hiroka. And of course, last year, your good friend Natsumi, she finished in second. Was it inspiring to see Natsumi's success last year for Japan?
This is my first time coming here, and I arrived 2 weeks ago. And I practice with Natsumi every day, and I'm so happy to be here. Yeah.
And you look so at home at the waves here. You had a big experience yesterday. I mean, how much adrenaline did you go through in those big waves yesterday?
It was challenging condition for me, but a lot of friends and my boyfriend support me, and I just tried to do myself.
Well, congratulations, Hiroka, and you're in the top 8 as well. You'll be going for a world title this year. Let's hear it for Hiroka Yoshikawa. Okay, let's move on to the men's side of the 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic. And our winner, now based in Melbourne, it's Max Weston.
Two lines on the top, that represents knowledge. Represent connection to country. And the chin represents language. And here's your trophy. Congrats, mate. So proud of you.
Well, congratulations, Max. We were calling you Dr. Flo today. You just look so composed under pressure. You have a PhD, you're mixing both your physical skills as a surfer with a very exciting career, but this place has become home for you. Why is it so special down here in Victoria?
I mean, I think it's a special place for everyone, you know, you just have to rock up and you can feel that connection straight away. There's rainbows all day today, and we had an unreal forecast, it just kept delivering, and yeah, really special place, special event.
Well, you did it today. You have momentum. I mean, you kicked off with an 8.5. Talk about that first wave.
It's a perfect start. It was unreal, and then I lucked into another pretty good one under Kevin's priority, so I got off to a flying start. Lost my board a couple of times and had a few swims, which kept me honest, but yeah, it was unreal. Awesome final.
Congratulations, your first World Longboard Tour win. Let's hear it for Max Weston. He's also booked himself a spot in El Salvador for the finals. Huge congratulations. Okay, who would have thought it? Back to back to back. Our winner for the 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic from California, it's Soleil Errico.
Knowledge, Soleil, and then connection to country, and then speech. Language.
And here's your trophy. Congrats, Soleil. 3 of these, you got a nice collection.
Congratulations, Soleil. Deja vu. But you spoke after the final about the connection you developed with this incredible Wadawurrung country, and talk about that.
Yeah, this place is amazing. I feel very connected to this place. Also, the people. Ian Chisholm and Angela and Delilah and Charlie, like they're like my second family. So it's really amazing to come here every year and just feel that comfort from them. And just this place is great. The waves were really fun. Another great year of waves. Like who would have thought? And yeah, I'm really happy to just take it out again. I had such a fun time. Like, I was just enjoying myself. Like, CJ and Kai and I have all just been having fun, but also being serious, obviously. But yeah, I have an amazing team, so I'm very grateful.
And you talk beautifully about wanting to inspire the next generation of longboarders, that dance of surfing, that love of longboarding. What has motivated you to improve your game year on year? It seems as though you're surfing better than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I just love this sport. Like, it's my everything. It's my whole world. And yeah, I just want to inspire the next gen, and I just want to like get better every year to just progress the sport. That's the most important thing in my whole life, and I dedicate so much to it. And again, it is such an amazing sport that we all get to do. And it's, yeah, I'm very just, yeah, grateful to be here and to be on this tour.
And you've booked yourself a spot in the World Finals to go for your 4th world title. Let's hear it for our 3 times event winner, Soleil Errico. And I always want to share a very important thank you to Visit Victoria. This really is one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. Thanks for having us. And I'd like to say to all of our surfers, all of our runners-up and winners, to raise those bells bowls as high as possible, and let's hear that round of applause for our finalists here at the 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kevin.
Great scenes there, and a very comfortable Soleil Errico on stage there at Bells, winning it for the 3rd time. No wonder this place does feel comfortable for her. Not only come back the 3rd time, but taking that win. It's a beautiful place, and to just connect with the Rincon walls, which is what she's won on before, and now to win the Bells Bowl, she's going to be hoping this event returns for many years to come.
3 in a row, Matt. Like, it's a really, really good, like, it's a special achievement, but to come back and prove your surfing, the level of women's surfing each year, year after year, has improved so much. To stay one step ahead, especially, it's challenging out there. It's not an easy lineup to come back year after year and not put 1 foot wrong, because 1 foot wrong, you're out, you lose. So back to back to back to back heats year after year, it's insane. But that performance from Max Weston, and even up there on the stage, like him talking and how real and how much he was feeling, I kind of got emotional. I was kind of feeling it with him, you know.
For sure.
Really special moment today.
An incredible achievement for both those surfers. Let's have a look at Soleil's road to the final. The women's bracket, it was stacked. Anyone who took out the victory today, it was going to be hard-earned. Hiroka Yoshikawa, her first final, beating Avalon Gall in the semis, eventually making her way to the final. Avalon Mason, goofy-footed, regular-footed battle. Soleil, Chloe Calmon, Khalees Kaliapaa, Tully White. It was an incredible finals day, and I mean, Soleil the favorite, but Hiroka Yoshikawa, out of everyone in that list, that was probably the one you definitely didn't predict.
Yeah, you wouldn't have expected it, but the performances and the work that she put in through the week. But man, how's that soul arch nose ride, laying it on a rail, bringing it back to the pocket? Like, this surfing is really inspiring, and Soleil talks about it being inspiring the next generation. But it's not the next generation she's inspiring. She's inspiring surfers like us,
Absolutely.
Matt, men and women all around the world. And yes, she is a great role model for that younger generation coming through. But that surfing is really, really good.
Just the way that she connects with the board and her body, the way that she times everything, connects the rail turns. She really has a broad understanding now of holistic elements of surfing. She connects all the dots, and it's not coincidence. In her younger years, she had great people around her, putting her on the right equipment. She still has that now, but she's figured it out, her own recipe, and she's looking confident. She's looking like a leader, and she is the one to watch. She's a level above everyone, and she is so technical.
Yeah, the effort that she's put in with CJ Nelson, but after the final, the winner, I went up to Taylor Jensen. I actually congratulated Taylor, because Taylor got her in her really early years and really built a foundation that she could then go and take it level after level. And Taylor won world titles with Soleil. So we've got to give Taylor a lot of credit to get her surfing to where it is, and then CJ just taking it to another level, a different approach in the judging criteria, a little bit more traditional, and she's really embracing this format and style of surfing and really going down a great path.
And the longboarding has adapted. This is the type of surfing that you do see in the cultural pockets around the world. The Philippines, you see it in Bali, all through the west coast of Central, South, and North America.
That was the one in the final that was just mind-blowing. I was sitting there just going, man, I've got to lift my surfing game because that is where it's at. That was super, super cool.
Yeah, that was the 9-point ride that about 8 of those points were garnered in that combo alone. The way she stepped on the hip and hooked the board around, the way the board accelerated forward with the hang 10. I knew that was going to be the best single wave score of the women's division so far. A 9.37 was the final wave ridden of the whole event and the women's side of the draw, and it was so justly given because she saved her best to last, literally. And that rainbow that popped out during both the men's and the women's final really capped off an incredible day of surfing. I mean, to see what has come about from women's longboarding, the images of Kalia Moniz, the images of the surfers at Malibu and Noosa in the last decade, of course Waikiki with Tommy Piaruki's images of Queens, and just to see this in the rugged cold conditions of Bells Beach, it is truly amazing, and it has been one of the biggest highlights, I think, of the surf industry, women's longboarding, in the last decade.
Yeah, and legendary Joel Tudor talks about how it's easy to do in 1 foot clean waves, but do it in a beach break or trying conditions. That performance Soleil did today, last year, the year before that, like, it's phenomenal surfing. And that's not just Soleil. All the women, that's tough conditions out there. And they were all surfing fantastic. Khalees Kaliapaha, she was looking fantastic. Avalon, amazing, following up after that clean Huntington Beach surf. Insane, really good day of surfing, and I'm stoked to be a longboarder.
Well, let's have a look at our Bioglan daily dose for the highlights of the day. Bioglan, an absolute powerhouse when it comes to vitamins and supplements. And it was Hiroka Yoshikawa, number 5, early final day upsets. These long nose rides and absolutely sending it on these sets, just throwing herself into these walls. Big rail calves and sketchy nose rides.
Yeah, and just on a big wave, looking super calm. This was a really tough heat. She's up against Rachel Tilly, current world champion, and Rachel's no slouch out here. She surfs it well. She's connected to her board, so to get the day off with that momentum, really nice.
Declan Wyden, he did a phenomenal job to take out a raging hot Ellice-Flint. Technical surfing from Declan, utilising the rail, the nose, and a really measured performance by Declan. He ended up going down, but against Kai, that was the hydrolite heat to watch and certainly stood out to us.
Yeah, it was really nice surfing, power surfing the bowl, really laying into it. Look at that turn, driving out of that one. So Declan, he was a form surfer and definitely put in a lot of time out here at Bells Beach. He was a definite favourite. He'll be disappointed in the result, but it's still fantastic surfing, and it's setting himself up for the next event in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, a lot of momentum, improving on Huntington Beach, finishing here in the semi-finals. He was the favourite, so yes, he will be disappointed, but to take over Kai in that quarterfinal, that's going to be a matchup in years to come. That's going to be stinging for both of them. Kevin Skvarna, the SoCal special, silky smooth Kevin, some of the finest form we've ever seen in his career.
Yeah, it was really cool to see Kevin today. He went to another level. He's got a great crew around him at the moment, and the vibes were really high, and it just sort of oozed out into the water with him, and he's surfing some of those down calves back into that power source down like that, bouncing off the whitewash, flowing, and then sticking it here. This is against Taylor Jensen this morning, and man, taking Taylor Jensen down in 6 foot Bells Bowl, like, you've got to be on your game if you're going to push it to the champ like that. So fantastic surfing.
And he really made no mistakes throughout, giving the judges no choice in some of those waves. They kind of boxed them in at one point, but he just kept turning up. Like these rail calves he was doing and the technical nose rides, the feet close together. It was a career best performance, and to make the final, just exceptional. Coming in at number 3, we had Khalees Kaliapaha, 9s all round.
Yeah, the surfing, this This is one of my favourites, and as a commentator, we shouldn't have favourites, but this surfing, it's just beautiful. Technique is just so perfect. Beautiful flow, big waves, great footwork, and tight nose rides. Like, does it get any better, Matt?
Yeah, the judges appreciating those walls today that ran all the way down and kept their size. You think of Kevin's 9s, you think of Khalees's and Soleil's as well. Khalees, I mean, she's really proven herself. We talk about Avalon Gall as an impressive competitive powerhouse this year, but Khalees, she has really been competing professionally since 13 years of age. She's still so young with many years ahead of her. There's people twice of her age almost on this world tour, and the fact she still turns up and delivers her best. She went down to, Soleil, Errico in career best form, so that was a great result for Khalees. Coming in number 2, Max Weston, our 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach longboard champion. We talked about it before. Dr. Flow, silky smooth, linking all the dots in fine fashion.
Yeah, just using that hip, using that rail, keeping nice and low and just pushing without doing too much. Just kept it clean, simple, and a big part of the judging criteria was timing, and his timing today was impeccable. Look at this wave, big wave, just staying nice and low, and just those knees, getting that sort of back knee bent down and in. Beautiful style. You could watch it all day long, and a deserving winner.
Certainly looking at the lineup today, and you look at all those surfers in the corners, it was going to be a success story for one of those surfers, whether it was Taylor that went back-to-back, or eventually Max Weston, or somebody who hadn't taken a WLT victory. Kevin made his first final, so did Max, but it was Max that took the win. Dr. Flo making history here at Bells Beach, and coming in number 1 for the Daily Dose, presented by Bioglan, was Soleil Errico, your 2025 Bioglan Bells Beach longboard champion, back to back to back, the three-peat for Errico.
Yeah, like three-peat, it's crazy to think that someone can be that dominant at a wave like this, because it's very challenging to surf. So that's the wave, Matt. That was insane, that just the high and tight nose ride into that big carve, coming off the bottom with so much acceleration, driving up into the lip and then just rolling down. It was insane surfing, and oh man, I'm super inspired. I want to go home. I want to make new boards. I want to go surfing, and wow, how good is longboarding?
Longboarding is phenomenal. It is what we live for. An element of surfing that is crucial and important. We saw it today, surfing Bells Beach through all its forms, the high tide, the low tide. We surf Rincon, we surf the Bells Bowl in all conditions. But up next, we'll have Surf Abu Dhabi at stop 3 on the World Longboard Tour, somewhere where a lot of those elements are controlled. Comes down to a pressure cooker situation. We had all of the conditions. You have the salt in your hair, you have the wind, the tides. We don't get that over in Surf Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it's just who can stay composed, who can stay calm under the pressure situation. Your wave's going to come, performance is going to matter. No fault, you cannot make mistakes. Everyone's there, everyone's watching, and it's going to be super exciting.
Can't wait for that. And for those surfers that actually need to qualify for El Salvador, somewhere like Surf Abu Dhabi, for the viewers, really is going to tighten some bolts, and some surfers are going to come out on top that we don't expect.
Got any favourites who you think could come out on top? Stevie Sawyer was a bit of a spin last year to fit into those tubes and qualify himself.
Johnny the Ripper has a little bit of pressure on him. He should have gone well at this event. He got knocked out in the elimination round. He was fizzing. He's been down here sort of watching all the heats, feeling the energy. I feel like we can expect a great performance from Johnny, and he did really well, coming second last year to Stevie as well.
Yeah, fits tight in those barrels, explosive, nice nose rides, and yeah, good choice. I really like that, Matt.
And for you, Josh?
I'm going to throw a little spanner in the works, and maybe young Cash Hoover. Yeah, light, nose ride, sitting up, perfect, nice little tube stance. So in the women's, keep an eye out for her.
I don't think that's too wild of a guess, knowing what Cash has got experience in the wave pools. But the good thing is they're competing against themselves, not necessarily other surfers. They'll have a guaranteed 2 lefts and 2 rights, and they'll have multiple opportunities to practice beforehand. Phenomenal day of surfing here at Bells. We even snuck out for a few waves before and after. Josh, you won the Australian title in the Open division. Harrison and I were in the juniors that year. The high of that event compared to working at this event, what sticks out as more memorable?
Oh, obviously, winning a title yourself and doing it for your friends and your family is something that you hold on to for a long time. But to be down here and experience all this with everyone and the team and talking at night and watching the performances, like it inspires you to get home and get fit and surf and make boards. So can't compare them, but I've had a great time this week. Really looking forward to next year, and yeah, really good week.
Unreal. This is just a success story for longboarding. The WSL have created a great platform. If you want to compete, check out the schedule for the World Qualifying Series. We have our longboard QSs in different regions. You can go to the events and schedule, type in longboarding, and you will see something that you can enter in the next few months. And we look forward to seeing what the schedule will be next year.
Yeah, we've got great locations. We know we're definitely going to be back here at Bells Beach next year. We're lucky to be here. It's such an iconic wave, becoming an iconic longboard wave with the performance that we've seen the last couple of years. We're pretty blessed to be here. It's beautiful, it's country, it's raw, and what a spot.
Visit Victoria and Melbourne. Of course, they've got those international events. They've got the colourful nightlife. They've got those cute laneways with the great coffee shops. But as surfers coming down to the Great Ocean Road, the Surf Coast, the Mornington Peninsula, there's so much to see and do. The Airbnbs, you've got the kangaroos. Every afternoon, we drive past that on that road, and there's kangaroos on that big grassy field. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. Every afternoon, like you said, just there at the top of the left of the screen, kangaroos. Look at the coastline. There's so many nooks and crannies. There's reefs. There's the variety in surf down here, and the variety. You don't have to be a longboarder to enjoy it down here. Whatever board you want to ride, you can get great conditions.
That point just down there to the right of the screen, that's Winky Pop, and that's where a lot of the shortboarders are on a regular basis. Further down, there's a couple other waves. Janjak's a fun beach break. Torquay Point, there's a few other spots a little further down with different winds and swell directions. But if you go the other way, better pack some lumber. There's a lot of swell that is just unloading down there around Cape Otway National Park. Bring your thick leg ropes, and if you're in diving, plenty of that around there too.
Yeah, and make sure you tap into the coffee, because the coffee culture down here in Melbourne and Victoria is sensational. But a few surfers are out there enjoying this afternoon, and I feel like we might have to get out there and get a couple while it's still there. Hey, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely cooking right now. And it has been, and it's going to be all week, actually. So I think I'm going to extend my trip and stay a few extra days, Josh.
Nice, yeah. You're going to make the most of it while we're down here. But just have a look at this drone footage. It's sensational. The natural amphitheatre, it is just it's built for competition surfing here at Bells Beach, isn't it? Because you can get the staircase hanging on the cliff. It's just unreal, and it's been a good week.
Josh, name a surfer that you would have loved to have seen in this event, past or present, that isn't here right now, in amongst all these surfers.
I saw a bit of footage of, and this is, everyone's going to say, oh, well, but Nat Young would be like, his surfing only like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, was almost pretty current that he could still kind of compete, you know, and he's an older guy now, he's an icon of our sport. But some of that footage of him late 90s dropping and climbing on those 2+1s, the footwork, it's kind of a little bit what we saw with Max Weston today. It's that approach, so that would be insane.
When longboards died off in the late 60s, it was Nat Young who was a highlight here in 1967. Shortboards existed for 50 years, but Surf Abu Dhabi is somewhere that we're going to see some phenomenal surfing. It's top 3 on the World Longboard Tour. Make sure you tune in October 24 to 26. That is one of the most unique stops on the Longboard Tour, where we will make sure we get our top 8 for El Salvador, where we'll have our finals.
Yeah, like you say, it's a pressure cooker situation. There are surfers that need a result, and they're under pressure, and I'm excited to sit there and watch it as a fan of longboarding. It's game on.
Absolutely can't wait. let's go to the highlights of today. We've got an amazing pack ready for you at home. Look at the swell this morning, starting to roll in. Offshore winds, and Hiroka putting on a show. Thank you for joining us for the Bioglan Bells Beach Longboard Classic 2025. This was an incredible day of competition. The third time we've been here at Bells. We'll see you in Abu Dhabi.
Shine like glow, wide up quick with the too slow flow. Drip so clean, don't need that show. Beat so smooth, can't take this throw. Don't do doubt, just aim and go. Laugh so loud when they say no. Don't wear crowns, just take the throne. Too off track, but I still right. Didn't see shade, just flip that light. Move for the noise with a quiet bite. Didn't back down, didn't take that fight. One word wrong, still hold that mind. Never said please, yet I earned these highs. Sing off key, but I still sound tight. You want it, you got it.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.